Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and welcome to another show, Insurance Talk with Priest Insurance, where every Tuesday we talk insurance here, coastal insurance, here on Bolivar Peninsula. Dan, are you awake this morning?
A little bit. I'm struggling.
We're pre-recording this in the morning. He walked in and he said, man, I'm just not awake this morning.
I need several more cups of coffee.
And I think he's going to serenade us. We've got a guitar here. I was like, oh man, what's this show going to be?
You know, it's kind of David's got his new studio, and there's a lot going on here. There's a screen over here, and I get to see David over here, and there's lights, and it looks great in here, by the way.
We're working. We've got a little bit of tweaking to do over the weekend or this week, and for a little bit, and then it'll be dialed in. You never know what.
You never know.
Every time you walk. In fact, the last show I had, we still had the backdrop up, but it was out, and we had tape where the TVs would go on the backdrop, and we ended up using green screen instead of TVs. So
we've been doing this a couple of years now. Is that right? You know, it's kind of funny, and we have it ever since I've known him, and we've been doing this. You're always working to make these shows better, to make your broadcast better, and I know that your viewers appreciate it. I do very much.
Well, and you know, it's the one with the most toys wins. And so
yeah, I think David really wants to get something else so he can have fun with it.
No, if we can get the lights tweaked in, and I've got all the lighting, I've just got to hang it and adjust it. Rachel's the one that I'll be back here working on something. Rachel, come here, lock the door, and I want to shoot something to try it. And so she's probably made 1,500 trips in the last 2 weeks back and forth. So. But let's talk insurance. Sure. You know, we talk insurance every week. Sometimes it's boats. Sometimes we do talk fishing or seafood. But today we're going to talk about floaters. And that's an adder on to an insurance policy.
Yeah, it's actually, it can be an endorsement that you put on your homeowner's policy, or it can also be written as a standalone policy. And what we're talking about is, you know, no, we're not going to have a serenade, but I brought my guitar today, and or one of them, and I can't play very well, but I like guitars, so there's more of a furniture decoration. So this would be covered under my homeowner's policy, just like Kimberly's ring would be covered under a homeowner's policy.
Oh, we have to give Kimberly a thank you for the idea of today's show, because we usually don't know until
what are we going to talk about today?
Until we get in here and drink some coffee. But thanks, Kimberly. See what happens when you get married, you get a wife.
That's right. All these new suggestions that are coming at you.
All these new suggestions.
So,
sorry, Kimberly.
So whether it's a guitar or a piece of jewelry, maybe a piece of fine art, maybe it's grandma's silverware that a lot of us may have, or other things. We have a twisted barrel, double barrel shotgun. That's, you know, from the 1800s. That's a very, very unique thing. Now, your homeowner's policy, and this is why it's important to take pictures of what's going on in your house. Your homeowner's policy is designed to, if you're lost for a fire or theft, it replaces a guitar. It replaces a ring. But it may not replace the clarity cut of that ring, or it may not replace that twisted barrel shotgun. So floaters are added on coverage, and it broadens the coverage to things like mysterious disappearance that we get calls every once in a while. And yes, again, for example, jewelry, your homeowner's policy has coverage for jewelry. It is subject to your deductible, and it's subject to a limit. For example, it could be your policy may have a $1,000 limit, maybe a $2,500 limit, maybe a $5,000, but that's it. And that's for all your jewelry. So if someone takes your jewelry case, that's it. That's all you get. The floater does things that are specific. It would cover this specific guitar. It would cover my specific twisted barrel shotgun. It would cover grandma's silverware. You have to have an appraisal to get that done, and an estimate of value. But it also covers things like, it's called mysterious disappearance, but that means just things happen. You're out, and maybe you've gone to dinner with your wife and she's got the ring, and you're going through the night, or you go hiking and the diamond falls out. Don't know where, don't know when. It's not fire, it's not lightning,
It's not theft.
not theft. It just lost it. That is covered. And you can buy specific deductibles for that. You can have and of course, the lower the deductible, the higher the premium. Maybe you could have a $100 deductible, a $250, a $500, but it beats the heck out of a $2,500 deductible.
Right.
And the cost of these things is not a lot. It's, for example, the guitar, I think the floater's $200 a year.
Okay.
Okay, that sort of thing. For a ring, you get a concept, a $10,000 ring, or a set of rings might be $400 or $500 a year. And that broadened coverage to give you specific coverage for that is a good thing. Again, you have to have an appraisal that describes it in specificity. Yeah. And most homeowners policies, these are available by endorsement, or sometimes if that's not available, you can buy a standalone policy for that.
So there's way to add on the already to emphasize your insurance more or less on a certain item.
Yeah, and that's, when we sit down, have a chance to sit down and talk to people, we will go oftentimes line item. Like for example, adding coverage for your utility lines that come from the street to your house, things that happen there, we can endorse that onto your policy. We can endorse, if you remember Hurricane Harvey and the flooding that occurred, well, that caused septic systems, city septic systems to back up, and that actually entered people's homes. That is not flood, and that is not a pipe breaking. That's water backup of sewer and drain. So you have to endorse that on most policies. So we do like to go through that stuff, and we will ask you questions. Do you have any specific things? Firearms is actually a big event.
Yeah.
There's a sublimit for firearms which you can add up. Sometimes it's $1,000, and people have lots of firearms, and you might need specific coverage for that.
Do you get on your fire? This is probably going to be one of those questions.
Weekly.
If you have firearms and you have a safe, does that give you any discount if you keep them in the safe?
This is an insurance company, no.
Okay.
So,
well, on driving, if you take driver's ed and all this, you get a discount. So I didn't know.
Yeah.
This was one of those questions.
No, it's not. Now, and we often get that, hey, I have a fire safe. And that just becomes prerogative. But oftentimes the guns are out of the fire safe.
Right.
And
that's when you have the problem.
Yeah, that's when you can have problems. So it's insurance. From our perspective, from your perspective, insurance is always expensive. It's not the insignificant bill.
Yeah.
It's a very significant bill. And so, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you do have coverage for the things that you want, because you don't want to be left.
You're talking about firearms. When I was hunting up by Dam B, I always stopped wanted to stop on the way up there, and I finally figured out, get everything you need before you load the truck, because when you stop at an academy or a grocery store, they can tell you're loaded down to go to the deer lease, especially if it's opening weekend, and they know you're going to have a gun in there somewhere, and expensive binoculars and stuff. So I always got my stuff before I left, so I didn't have to stop. If I had to go into town after I got up there is one thing, but I never stopped on the way up there because you were loaded down, so great. Well, if people want to get hold of you to talk about it's the first of the year, time to go over that homeowner's policy. Maybe someone's gone to a rental vacation rental this year and they need to change some stuff, or want to talk to you about floaters on firearms or tools or whatever. How can they get hold of you?
Simply give us a call, 409-755-7600, or priestinsuranceagency.com.
And that's probably they've got a great website, and it's easy to contact them through that, and they will call you back. Dan's got a great group of girls that have actually been there a long time. They're like family. So, well, we're going to head on out for this week. Until next time, remember, you can see Bolivar Live on all our social media channels. Bolivar Live on YouTube and now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Just look up Bolivar Live TV. It's a free download. Watch us every day. Until next time, y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972 with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.